All right, here is your Tustin Ranch Condo Homeowners Report going into January of 2022. Let's get right into it. We're going to cover some price data, we're going to cover some sales data, and then we're going to cover some predictions, maybe not predictions, but more of just some things to keep an eye out on as we move forward into January 2022. And if you want to continue to get these updates, just go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there. There's a link somewhere on this video somewhere where you can go there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you get notified every time we do an update, and that way you don't miss out. You can also go back and look at other reports that we have done over time. So let's just get into the numbers here. So we got let's talk about pricing data right here. So we do a 5-month average or a 5-month history, because we want to see if there's any kind of trends that we need to be watching out for. And then we also do median and average, because median, in order to have a good median, you got to have a good data set. We just don't have a lot to choose from. There's a very, very small data set. Whatever's in the middle, that's the median. Sometimes it just doesn't give a good reflection of really what's happening in the marketplace. But so we throw average in there just to kind of cross-check everything as we go forward. But if we take a look at the trends here, so August we were at $802,000 for the median. Then we dropped to $750, $766, $725, $800, and this is what I mean is that median moves between the small number of properties that are being sold in the area. It's just hard to really get a good. So we look at the average here. We got 751, 63, dropped to 689 was the average in October, and then back up to the 783 and 766. So what we're looking at is the mid to upper sevens is what we're looking at as far as the average condo price in the Tustin Ranch area. So that's really good, I think. I mean, I think that looks good. It looks really promising. As far as the number of what people are paying above what your original list price was. So people are putting their list price, and then people are making offers above that. And in December it was 102.2. Okay, so if we're talking, 2.2% above $700,000, we're talking about, what are we talking about? $28,000 or something like that, right? So that's okay. If you put your house on the market and somebody offers you $28,000, now in November it was 105 and 104 in October, so we're kind of, like to see it get back there, but 102, we're still good. When you get under 100, then you got questions you gotta answer. Okay, let's talk about the price per square footage. So price per square footage, you can see we're hovering around the mid fives. November we were at 598. December we're at 579. So we're kind of hovering around that upper 500 range per cost per square footage. Again, really cool. But was this just an anomaly? And then this is kind of the real trend where we're going 5, 48, 49, 56, 79. We'll just have to see when we get into the next month, and then a couple months down the road, we'll see where that takes us. So let's talk about sales data for condos. Again, this is just for the condos in 92782. New listings. This was crazy. In November, we had 1 new listing come out in the market, but in December, now this was really odd to me, we had 9 new listings come on the market, which is a weird anomaly, because usually December is when the new listings bottom out. Okay, because of holidays. Most people don't want to put their house on the market in the holidays, and so they wait till after, and they'll do it in January, February, March. But yeah, 9 listings. And if we take a look at this, in Tustin Ranch, we have 4,095 condos. There's 4,095 condos. And out of the 4,095 condos, 9 represents 0.002. 0.002. 0.2%. Not even 1%. 0.2% of the properties come on the market. So this is an indicator that inventory, look, we hear the stories, we know inventory is low. This is the proof. Inventory is crazy low, with only 9 coming on the market. So Days on market, though, this is interesting because, again, the number went up to 16 days on market. Now, again, dealing with the holidays and things like that could have had dragged out the process of accepting an offer and communications and things like that. So, but 16 days, a little bit longer than it would take to negotiate, an offer that you might have. You see, we were at 7 days, 10 days. So we're still doing okay, but 16 days, that's nothing. That is nothing to be on the market for 16 days. Closed sales. In December, we had 13 closed sales. 13 closed sales again. So if you look at that, we had new listings, 9 come on the market. We had 13 closed sales. We got more sales closing than we have coming on the market. Then that just is an indicator that the inventory is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. So, months of supply. This is like crazy. These numbers are insane. What months of supply means is that if you don't put any new listings on the market, no new condos in Tustin Ranch, at all, how long would it take to sell off the existing inventory of homes in that area? And it's 0.2 months. What that translates to is 6 days. 6 days, everything's gone. Okay, so more, proof that inventory is just really, really low. Active listings at the end of December, November we only had 3 active listings. So it's like, hey, I want to buy a house or a condo in Tustin Ranch. Okay, pick that one, or that one. That's it. That's all you get, right? Well, it went up to 4 in December, which is, again, just crazy. So, because 4,000 and only 4, I mean, that's nothing. Okay, we're going to get into predictions here in a second real quick, but I just wanted to say, look, if you're thinking about selling your condo in Tustin Ranch, reach out to me, ask us about our 1% listing fee. It's something we've been doing for a long time. We do all the stuff that all the other people do that charge a whole lot more. And so we're happy to help you out, have a conversation with you about that if you like. Okay, and yeah, so you guys are in control. You guys, if you have a condo in Tustin Ranch, you guys, you get to, pick your situation and just say, let's get this thing sold. But something that I do know that will happen in January for sure, because this happens every year, regardless of market conditions. I've been doing this since 1997, and it's always the case. This is just kind of a general graph of the Tustin area. What happens is the green dots are December of every year. And so you see they bottom out in December. Now we had the weird thing with 9 listings come in the market in December, but that's okay. It's still, that's the case. What ends up happening every year though is January, the inventory starts to increase significantly. Usually you see that. It spikes up pretty high, pretty quick. So we know that the inventory is going to increase in January, but again, we're talking about even if we doubled the listings to 18 listings, that's nothing. That is nothing in the grand scheme of things. So you could have a lot of stuff come into the marketplace and end up going, not worried about it. Okay. So, but it's going to come up, just something to be aware of. But some things to really pay attention to, because we don't know what the lingering effects of certain things are going to be. And we had this report a couple of months ago from Zillow saying that they were shutting down their buying division, shutting it down. Let 2,000 people go, right? Not backing down, not easing off, not slowing down their buying division, not any of this. Shut down, okay? And you got to wonder, if they're one of the largest data aggregators in the real estate space, what information did they have that we don't have? What is causing them to make this decision? They say that the reason that they did this was because they determined that it was not profitable for them to buy real estate. It was not profitable. And I'm like, well, wait, what do you mean? If you're buying properties And in this current market, you just sit on it for about a minute, you're going to make money, right? Some people say, oh, well, they just overpaid for those properties, and maybe that's the case, but still sit on it for 2 minutes, okay? And then they also shut down their whole, and then they said that they were going to get rid of 7,000 of their properties that they have on their books. So instead of hanging on to what they have, they just said, okay, we're going to stop buying and hang on to what we have. No, they said, not only are we shutting down buying, but now we're also dumping our existing inventory. We're getting rid of it. And what I mean by that is that they're not putting a sign in front of it in a retail situation and saying, hey, give us your best offer, average Joe home buyer. They're saying, hey, wholesalers, other investors, who wants to buy a bunch of these homes for a discount? And they're dumping these properties. They want them off their books now, okay? So again, just red flag that comes up in the air. And then you look at this and they say, well, they had contracts with home buyers across the entire country. Home sellers across the entire country. Mid-escrow, they made an offer, said, yes, we'll buy your home. The seller said, great, you can buy my home. They open escrow. Mid-escrow, they canceled hundreds of them across the country. Again, you're going, what's the deal? What do they know that we don't know? And then there's other reports that had come out saying that other iBuyers were selling off their properties at a loss as well. So something, is there something in there that we haven't heard about yet? We haven't really seen it yet. Maybe just, it's a new year. Pay attention. Let's see what happens. Okay. And then of course we had the Omicron variant show up a month ago. And I know here in Orange County, everybody kind of paused and went, okay, what's going to happen? And I don't think it had as big of an impact as like the media was making it out to be, but excuse me, in the real estate space, this is important to pay attention to because, like for example, right now, and this was a month ago when this came out, but right now, we've been given the new mask mandate. Places like Netherlands, in the Netherlands, they are on full lockdown right now. And if that's the case, and it ends up creeping back over here, it changes the dynamics as far as the way properties are shown and made available to the general public. So we really have to pay attention to this and see, because it's going to shift the dynamic as we move forward. If I can help you out in any way, feel free. Call me, text me. Just let me know how I can help out. I'll be happy to do it. I've been doing it in the Tustin area for decades. So we will see you guys next month with our next report. Talk to you soon.